Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video I want to go over the Irresistible Me hair extensions. Mine finally came in and I'm just getting around to filming on how I'm gonna transform them to match my hair. So if you're interested on how I do it, just keep on watching. Depending on how long this video gets, I may break it up into two parts just because I'm gonna first go over color matching to my hair, and then I'm gonna color them and cut them and show you how I apply them. So it may become a long video, so I may or may not break it up into two parts. So let's go ahead and get started. I won't be too thorough on the unboxing because I feel like there's a lot of reviews on these extensions, but I'll do like a quick summary of what mine look like. Alright, and forgive the appearance. I just got off work and I saw these in the mail, so I wanted to go ahead and film it before I put them on. My hair has been growing, but it is starting to get a little bit thin on the ends. So the ones I got are in golden blonde. They are 16-inch and 140 grams. The reason why I went with 140 grams is because I've gotten the Remy ones. Oh, also these are the silky touch ones. I've purchased the Remy ones before in 200 grams and it's just way too much hair. Because these are such good quality, the density from the clip to the end is consistent, so it's just so much hair that I feel like it doesn't match the density of my hair. So I wanted to get something that's a little bit more realistic and would make me feel a little bit more comfortable wearing them every day. So I feel like my hair it feels like it's closer to 140 grams. And I got the 16-inch because I'm going to trim them anyways. I don't like it to be such a difference from the ends of my hair to the extensions. So I just wanted to get something that would be a little bit more believable and everyday. So I haven't even color matched these to my hair. I'm hoping that they do match. So here's a little, I got the little test sample that was in here, and then this is the other portion. It's still sealed. I haven't opened it yet, so hopefully they match. I toned my hair this morning because if I don't tone my hair, it starts to get a little bit yellow and brassy. So I toned it this morning because I knew I was going to hopefully be filming this video today. So this is what they look like. They're a little bit curly because they've been in there for a while. So, they seem... I'm pretty sure that they're a perfect match, so we'll see. And if they are a little bit lighter than my hair, I feel like they'll match in the end anyways, because I have a lot of like dimension on this like lighter part, so I feel like they'll kind of blend in no matter what at the end. So let's see how they look. So I'm just gonna clip it on the side just towards the top here to get like a good view. And I know that I have an extension tutorial out there already, but in that one I kind of just show you how I apply them and cut to blend them to my hair. I didn't really show you how I color them, so I want to do like a full in-depth review of how I do that. I'm not going to tease my hair or anything right now. I just want to get like a good idea of what it's going to look like before I open it, because once you open that other side, they're yours. There's no returns. So, okay. So I actually think it's a perfect match. So if you look here, you'll see that this is the extension hair and this is my hair. So it actually goes together quite perfectly. When my hair is not toned, I know that it's not going to match, but that's okay because I tone my hair about once or twice a week with purple shampoo. So that should be okay. And you'll see that the extension hair is right here and this is my real hair. But since the extension is placed so high up, once I put the lower pieces, it'll get longer. But this is perfect because I'm thinking that throughout the day, I'll just wear like 2 to 4 pieces, nothing too crazy. So I think this is going to work out perfectly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to place the full head of extensions on my hair just to see the placement that I want, because I will be cutting them and coloring them. So I want to kind of get a layout of what I'm going to be doing before I start chopping them. And then also pretty much all I'm going to do is I have color, and what I'm gonna do is just add a little bit of a faux root because this is gonna drive me crazy. I know that with the it's a little bit windier right now. In case anything, I would like them to blend a little bit more, so I'm just gonna add some color down here and kind of feather it down. I don't really have too much low lights on mine, so I may add just a couple low lights, but I am gonna be filming that as well so that you can see how I do that. So now that I feel comfortable like it is a match, I'm gonna commit to this set and open it up. And of course it's super loud. And I know that I've been off for quite, well, I guess I could fix that. I know that I've been off of filming for quite a few weeks. I did get really sick. I started the keto diet and I got sick for a few weeks from that. And also I've had a cold twice already. My voice sounds a little bit off because I'm still kind of recovering from that. So that's why I've been a little bit off and with the holidays. So I'm hoping that all of that's finally behind me and I can get back to normal and start filming more regularly. So this is what they look like. It's not very thick, but I feel like it's still pretty, it's a good thickness for my hair. I didn't want it too dramatic. So in the 140 gram set, you still get that 4-piece weft, the one that a lot of people really like. So you get that one. You get that 3-clip weft that I just used as a test sample. And then you get, let me see. Perfect. All right, so you get three clipped wefts, and this one, and then the one that came in as a sample to test out, and then you get two clipped wefts of these. And then lastly you get these you get 2 of these 1-clipped ones. I never use them. I don't like to use them. When I do, it's usually because I'm about to color the hair, so I usually use these as like sample pieces to see what it's gonna look like. But I know a lot of people do like them as filler pieces. I'm just not a fan of it, so that's that. Alright, so I'm just gonna detangle my hair just to make sure that it's all smooth and ready to apply these. And I'm just gonna, right now I'm just playing with placement to see where I want to go with it. So I usually start from ear to ear and then do it straight across, and that's where I put my first piece, because I don't like when it's too low, because I feel like I can feel it when I do a lot of movements. I feel like I can feel the clips and I don't like that. So I usually started a little bit higher, and I didn't really bring a back brushing brush. That sounds weird. Back brushing brush. You get it. I didn't bring one of those, so I'm just going to use this sectioning little comb here to kind of do a little bit of, and I straightened my hair today, which is extremely unusual for me. So it's feeling a little bit silky. So I know it's not going to hold it. This is just to kind of get an idea of how full they look. So they actually match pretty good. They're a little bit lighter, but I'm thinking when I add the root onto the extension, I think I'm going to use that same toning shampoo that I used for my hair, and I think that'll do the trick. So we're gonna go with that. So that feels pretty good. So next I go about 1 inch above my ears, all the way back. I have such a scratchy throat. It's been about, I want to say about 2 weeks, and it's driving me crazy, but we're getting towards the finish line, I hope. So I'm just going to kind of do like a light back brushing. It's not really doing anything, but I feel like it is, so I'm going to keep doing it. And then next I'm going to grab the 4-piece. And I actually think I'm going to leave this one connected. If you saw my previous video, I actually separated this into 2 pieces. So I did two wefts on one and then 2 wefts on the other. Basically, I grabbed it and I It's like you'll see there's one weft there and then another weft, so I did 2 on one and then 2 on the other because I felt like it was too thick. But that one was the 200 gram one. This one is 140 and it actually feels pretty good. I don't feel like it would be too tangly or anything, so I think I'm gonna leave this one as is for now. If I do end up cutting it, I will update you on that, but I feel like it's pretty comfortable. So there is this one, and I actually don't think this would be like my everyday piece. Maybe, depending on how it feels, we'll see. And then since there's a little bit of a bare spot right there, I'm gonna put a couple of the 3-piece wefts. So I'm gonna use these right here, and this is of course really sloppy. It's just for like a rough placement so that I can have an idea of how to color them and how I'm gonna cut them. So I'm just doing that. So starting about right here. And I know this is gonna bug me, so when I go back to edit, so I'm gonna fix it a little bit so that it's more even like that. And then what I like to do, oh, these actually feel really good. They feel like it's like how my hair feels. It doesn't feel super thick or super like thin and stringy. It feels very comfortable and lightweight. So see, it feels good. So, and it's not like straightened how my hair is, so I'll definitely have to straighten those after. And then actually I'll just use my fingers just to feel around. So what I like to do is go about where the arch of my eyebrows are and slant it down, just like in my previous video. That hasn't changed, just so that it's like more at an angle and it falls more naturally. And then on the side that's heavier, which is the side where I part my bangs. So pretty much this is where I part my bangs, and this side is heavier because it has more hair. That's the side that I'm going to put the 3-piece one on because there's more area to cover. So I'm going to put that there. And I'm not worried about it messing up the extensions when I color it because I'm just doing the roots. I'm not doing anything to the ends, and I'm going to use a really light developer and leave it on, excuse me, I'm going to leave it on for a little bit less time. So it shouldn't, you know, mess them up or make them feel rough or anything. Now if I was bleaching them, that'd be a whole different story. So I'm just going to do it like that roughly. And then, so I have the whole set in, and the only ones again that I didn't use are the 2 1-piece ones. I don't ever use those. I'm not a fan. So I'm setting off those to the side, and it feels really good. It doesn't feel lumpy. I mean, you can tell that there's clips in there, but it doesn't feel like super lumpy or anything, so I like that. And it feels pretty like good. This feels like what my natural hair would feel like, so I really like that. And you'll see that the length difference, I'll do a comparison here. So this is my real hair here, so it's about here, and then it's only about, I want to say maybe 3 inches longer, which is nice because I mainly wanted like a little bit more fullness. I didn't want, you know, I didn't really want extensions for length. I just wanted it for a little bit more fullness because my hair feels really thin as it grows out. So it's pretty long, pretty similar. And it looks funny right now because it's not like, it's like super shiny and it's not really curled, I mean straightened or anything, so it looks kind of funny. So this is just a first impressions of the color and the length and the weight, because I usually go for something heavier. So I'll definitely, the next part of the video is going to be showing you how I add the root and a little bit of low light so that it blends in a little bit more, and I'll show you the toning shampoo that I use for it as well. And yeah, that'll be the next part of the video. Alright guys, so forgive me if there's a lot of background noise. I'm filming in my bathroom, so it's a little bit, the audio's kind of weird in here and the lighting's kind of weird. But I just wanted to show you how I do my extensions to match my hair. So I have about, I'll pop in here, I have about, I have to pop all the way down, I want to say like 2 inches of roots. So that's what I'm going to add on my extensions. I'm going to go in about 1.5 inches and kind of feather it through with the wide tooth comb. You can use any wide tooth comb that you have and that'll work. So I'll show you how I do mine. So my hair is about on the roots, I want to say it's about a 5 or a 6, the level of it. So what I like to do is formulate when I'm doing extensions a shade lighter, just because sometimes it goes a little bit darker. So I feel like it's always safer to formulate on the lighter side. My pants are falling. It's always better to formulate on the lighter side than on the darker side. So what I'm using here is this brand here. This doesn't have any filler colors or anything, so I feel like it would be the most true to color. And I'm using the shade, I don't know if it'll, it's 6G. That's pretty much the shade that my hair is. It's a little bit of a golden on the roots. So I'm using 6G, and I only popped in one of those to start off. And I'm using Cream Developer in 20. I've already gone ahead and mixed it up here. So let's just start with the first piece. So I'm just going to set these off to the side. And what I like to do is I like to make sure that it's all detangled and ready to go. So I just detangle it. So I lay it flat on here. Let me see how. Okay, so I lay it flat on there. And I grab a little bit of product. And you want to be really careful because this is going to be a shade darker. So you want to be careful with how you're placing it, because it will come out harsh if you don't do it properly. So I do a light coat on the top there, and then I do the same on the bottom, just so that it gets fully saturated. So I only do about, so that it matches mine, I'm only going to do about, I want to say about 1 inch down. So about that much, 1.5 inches down. And then what I do is I'll get the comb and use the wide part of it, and I'll kind of comb it down just so that it feathers a little bit better. And then I'll kind of show you. I kind of just do it really lightly. I don't run it all the way down in the beginning. I kind of just do that, and then I set it off to the side so that it has time to process. And then I do that to pretty much every section. What you want to do too is you want to be careful because this part of the aluminum already has color on it. So you want to be sure to, you want to be careful not to lay the extension and then potentially get the ends of it in the product. So do that, flip it over. I'm going to do this side. A lot of people, what they do is they'll get the extension a darker color and then try to bleach it so that the ends are lighter. This is pretty much the same idea, just in reverse. I find it easier to just do a little part of the extension, because if you bleach it, you're potentially going to have really tangly, messed up extensions. So I feel like it's easier to try to go darker, as long as you're really careful, than trying to go lighter. So I do that to every single piece. This is where this kind of comb plays in again, is you're just going to want to kind of comb it out, flip it around, do the same thing to the other side. Starts to get kind of slippery at this point. And then it kind of looks like that. I wouldn't bother, I mean, you can comb it all the way down, but what you could potentially risk if you do that is there's gonna be kind of color buildup on the comb, and there's like color buildup down here. So if you bring it down too far, you have the potential of it spotting down here. Excuse me. You have the potential of it spotting down here, or but also if you leave it this way, you have a little bit of a risk as well. So I mean, play it by ear on that. But what I like to do is once it's almost processed completely, I'll go and like completely run this down just so that it has a little bit more seamlessness to it. So I'm gonna just run it one more time on this piece here. And I'm sorry if the angles are gonna be off in this video or anything. It's kind of hard to film in my bathroom, so I'm trying to do my best. Alright, so what I'm gonna do is kind of just leave that be right there. I'm gonna let it dry off to the side. Alright, so now what I'm gonna do is, since they're processing, I'm gonna leave them for about 20 minutes. And the way that I rinse them out is after 20 minutes, I'll use cold water only to rinse the color out, because if you use warm water, it could potentially stain the ends, and I don't want them to get darker. So I'm going to rinse it out with cold water, and then shampoo. Just use a regular shampoo. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this toner here. It's the Pulp Riot Barcelona Purple shampoo. You can use any purple shampoo that you'd like. That's just the one that I'm going to be using. I'm going to leave it on for 3 minutes and then condition them. I will be leaving them to dry overnight just because I don't want to put heat on them right now. So I'm going to leave them to dry overnight, and then I'll film the second part of this video in the morning. Talk to you later, guys.